Hi everyone, so this video is in regards to introduction to astrology, and what I really wanted to do was teach you a little bit of the fundamentals of astrology so that you get a little gist of what's happening in your chart. Please note that there are many types of astrologers with different interpretations of astrology. Okay, so when learning astrology, you just choose who you would like to learn from. Okay, there are many types of astrology. There's Western or tropical astrology, which is what usually you would see in the U.S. with your horoscope. There's evolutionary astrology, which is the evolution of your soul's path. There is health, financial astrology, Vedic and sidereal, which some call ancient astrology. So with Vedic, it is what you actually see in the sky at the moment of time. Horary astrology is whenever someone can pinpoint what is happening in your life at that time. Say that you lost your keys and you can't find your keys. They would point out where your keys would be. But in all, astrology is energy. And you would take the energies and alchemize them into a story of your life, is pretty much what astrology is. Now, some people say that astrology is kind of close to tarot and close to horoscopes, and it's just predictions. But in my experience, astrology can actually help you identify situations, especially if you're going through a crisis or going through situations of transformation within your life, and you have trouble identifying it or labeling it. Astrology allows you to put words to what you can't. That's happening at the moment, is the way that I see astrology. Okay, so I mean, everybody has their own definition. That's just my definition. But when learning astrology, you would start off with learning all the zodiac signs. Okay, and like the good side of the good zodiac signs and the dark side of the zodiac signs. Then you would move on to the houses, learn all the houses, and then learn all the aspects, and then learn all the planets. And you can switch which way you want to learn, but I do recommend that you learn the signs first, then the houses, and then the planets. Okay, this is just a little intro to learning astrology, so bear with me as I go through each sign, each house, each planet, and the rulers of those planets. Okay, Taurus. Taurus is an earth sign. Taurus's ruler is Venus. Taurus is considered to be a fixed sign. Usually starts at April 20th. Taurus. So, Taurus allows you to build firm foundations, okay? They are stable. They're very strong. They ensure comfort to themselves and those around them with food and sensual things. They make sure that everybody is living like a B&B, right? They may not want to start something new because they would need to leave a comfort zone. Tauruses could become passive or lazy if their emotions are off, okay? Especially if they haven't found themselves or love yet, okay? They are able to achieve very successfully because of their drive to have a firm foundation and solid and stable foundation. And they have the patience to get there. All right, so they are slow and steady. They can have a shadow of codependency, overindulgence, stubbornness, and possessiveness. But they do have a power of being very reliable and trustworthy, determined, and hardworking. Okay, so that is a Taurus. Virgo. Virgo is an earth sign. Virgo's ruler is Mercury. Virgo usually starts around August 23rd. Okay. Virgos are very, I want to say opinionated, but I guess that wouldn't be the correct term because they're not just opinionated, they think that they're right. But at the same time, they're very giving, very humble is what this says here, but very, very loving when it comes to remembering their feelings. You may have to remind a Virgo of their feelings, but because they are very structured and very precise and very diligent and logical, they make lists and check them twice. I'm sure Santa was a Virgo, right? But they make sure everything is in order. But lower vibrational Virgos can be a little bit messy. So if you see a Virgo that's not putting things in order and organized and making lists and putting things together of where they should be, almost to an OCD stance, right? You may think that, right? But they're not. They just love it. They just enjoy. How can I put this? It's almost like when they're cleaning, because I know a Virgo, right? When they're cleaning, I was told that they get into this trance. And this trance is almost like a meditative state. And that's why it becomes OCD, because they're in that trance and they do it well. Virgos will do it well. And they'll do it over if they didn't do it well, right? But if they're in a lower vibration, then they can be messy. They can be bossy. They can constantly say that they're right about something when they just read the headline of something. They can be critical to other people, very uptight or seems uptight, picky, overthinking, or overanalytical. But their power is being precise, being diligent, being humble, being logical. Okay. A Virgo is constantly building upon something. They are an earth element, so they're always building their foundation in a very logical, precise manner of what makes sense to them. Okay, so that's what I have on Virgo. Capricorn. Capricorn is an earth sign, an earth element. They are a cardinal sign. They usually start around December 22nd, and their ruler is Saturn. Okay? So with Capricorn, they're very structured. All right? They are the workers of the zodiac. Capricorn can work until they burn out. All Capricorns that I know, that's all they do is work, 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 work. It reminds me of Britney Spears, you know, her work bitch song, right? If you want this, you better work, right? So they're very responsible. They are very disciplined in their actions and logical within their actions to make sure that it brings upon a firm foundation. All earth signs are normally about firm foundations, okay? They are very disciplined, very practical, very ambitious, and responsible. Capricorns, when they're on a lower vibration, they can be judgmental. They can be very critical of others, very cold, no emotions, right? Skeptical, which is also like a type of critical to me, but skeptical of who you are, even who they are. Some of them don't know themselves, right? So, very pessimistic, negative. A lower Capricorn, you will notice, just speaks negative everything. just on a constant, and usually brings up the past. And I'm not talking about 2 days ago. I'm talking about 10, 15 years ago, like it was yesterday. Right? That's the lower side of Capricorn. Now we all zodiac signs, we embody both the light and the dark. So if you get that way, don't feel bad. Everybody does it, right? But this is more so on a constant, and you would know. You would know if a Capricorn is acting like that because they end up being alone when they act like that, right? So, but they do have and hold a lot of power within the zodiac because they create the structure, and they can create the structure from nothing, all right? And they can show you, when you meet a Capricorn, they can show you the lessons of life, of what needs to be learned. And they can tell you the lessons of life of what needs to be learned. So if you need advice, I would suggest ask Capricorn, because they know. Okay? A lot of them tend to be in like construction. A lot of them tend to be architects. Something of a building block, building structure. They have to and feed on structure. And if they don't have structure and they only have chaos, you can tell that this Capricorn is not on a high vibration, right? Because if they were, everything would be together. Okay, that's all I have for Capricorn.